The best in the world, Worldwide Wrestling. Tony, what news do we have for the fans? A new World Heavyweight Champion is Ron Garvin, and new World Tag Team Champions.
New World Tag Team Champions are two of the four horsemen, Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson. You know, once again, when you think you get the horsemen down as a group, they rebound.
I'm glad you said it, as a group.
That's right. But as you said before, David, what an exciting night at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. I know you were there and a part of it as Ron Garvin became the heavyweight champion of the world. And what a great feeling I know for Ron Garvin. But not only that, for all the fans across the country. Now, Ron Garvin is going to be in a tag team match with Nikita Koloff here today on the program against Lex Luger and Arn Anderson. That should be a great match.
Hey, listen, Tony, you have a very special announcement and Starrcade update for the fans, if I remember correctly.
We'll take you to the Starrcade Control Center with a very special update about the big event coming up Thanksgiving night.
What are you backing away for? Is that because you see this man over here? The World Heavyweight Champion, Ron Garvin. Ron, welcome.
Thank you, David. You know, it's a great pleasure and a great feeling. The greatest moment of my life. The greatest, I mean it. It's a feeling you can't really describe, you know. But I've got big plans. I've got plans to be the world's heavyweight champion for a long time. But before we go anywhere, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Ronnie Garvin fans. Many, many, many fans, thousands of fans from all over the world that write me letters that support me. And together, I feel without them, I could have probably never accomplished this. Because it's a long, lifetime dream. And it come true on the 25th of September, Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, a day that I will never forget. But I am going to tell you, David, I will take on challenges from anybody. I don't care if the man is purple, black, yellow, with any color, from any race, from any country in the world. I don't care if he's from Russia, Ethiopia, from down under. But I'm going to be a hard man to talk to, Ric Flair, person to person. You're going to have to get through my lawyer. But I will grant you a return in due times. But in the meantime, I'm going to be a very busy man, a very busy champion. I am the world's heavyweight champion. I repeat, the world's heavyweight champion. And I said it last year. I was a little premature, maybe, but I've done it. It was a long, hard road. Real hard. But Ric Flair, you see, you came after me. It started over a woman, and your ego took you down the wrong path because you came after me and you came after the wrong man. So from now on, you are the challenger, and I am the world's heavyweight champion. Don't forget it, and it's a great thrill. Thank you very much.
All right, this man had a dream, and he made it come true. Let's go to the ring now, because in there, we have another man that has a dream. The Western States Heritage Champion, Barry Windham, the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship and the UWF Heavyweight Championship.
And not only do you say because he has the title, but because of what type of athlete he is, he's a #1 contender.
That lariat is taking him quite a ways. And he's going to go far. The Western States Heritage Champion, Barry Windham.
Well, it didn't take long.
That it didn't. Barry comes off the ropes with that lariat. And right after this, we're going to have the Starrcade update, Tony.
Hi, everyone. This is Tony Schiavone from the Starrcade Control Center for the Wrestling Network. As you know, the momentum is building towards a big event on Thanksgiving night, Starrcade 87 Chi-Town Heat. It's building each and every week, and we're with Mr. Jim Crockett Jr., president of the Wrestling Network, and also James J. Dillon, leader of the Four Horsemen. And Mr. Crockett, I know you have an enormous amount of contracts on your desk, but let's not talk about the matches right now. Let's talk about the various locations for closed circuit where fans can see Starrcade 87 Chi-Town Heat around the country.
Troy, from Chicago, we're going to broadcast live to over 100 selected cities around the country. You'll be able to go to a city near you and see Chi-Town Heat from Chicago live.
Over 100 cities around the country, Chi-Town Heat, Starrcade 87 will be brought to the wrestling fans around the country. Now, as you know, fans, on September 25th, one of the biggest moments in sports history happened. Nature Boy Ric Flair was defeated for the World Heavyweight title, and the new champion, the man with the hands of stone, Ron Garvin. Let's go back right now and relive that moment in sports history. What a tremendous moment in sports. The man with the hands of stone, Ron Garvin, becoming the heavyweight champion of the world, as we saw right here. But let's talk about Starrcade 87 Chi-Town Heat and a match you have signed for that event.
That's correct, Tony. For the past 2 weeks, Commissioner John Ayers and I have been in negotiations, and we have signed the UWF heavyweight champion, Dr. Death Steve Williams, to meet the UWF's #1 challenger, and that's Barry Windham, the Western States champion.
Dr. Death Steve Williams, the UWF heavyweight champion, against the #1 contender, Barry Windham. What a great match that will be for Starrcade 87 Chi-Town Heat. Now, fans, as we said before, we're with the leader of the Four Horsemen, James J. Dillon. And Mr. Dillon, each and every year during Starrcade, the world heavyweight champion has been an integral part of Starrcade. And, of course, last year, the Four Horsemen all together as part of Starrcade. Some of your comments about this year.
Well, the world champion, as you've said, always an integral part of Starrcade. And the recent events notwithstanding in Detroit, I feel that Nature Boy Ric Flair will still be very much in the thick of things, the same as each and every one of the horsemen are, because I've gone on record a long, long time ago, and I personally feel, and I'm sure a lot of fans have to agree with me, that the Four Horsemen are Starrcade. And I know, Mr. Crockett, with all that stack of contracts on your desk, one that you've kind of indirectly approached me about would be Lex Luger defending the United States title against the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And I want to go on record right now publicly as stating that if you even have a prayer of putting that match together, this week my attorney will have a list of demands, my terms on your desk, and you can look them over, and I just want to make it clear that each and every one of those demands will have to be met before the match could ever even be considered. And at that point, I figure the ball's in your court, and I have no further comment until I hear from Mr. Crockett.
Well, we'll certainly take a look at those demands.
Okay, there you hear it, fans, from the Starrcade Control Center. And each every week at this time, we'll be bringing you the happenings, the updates, the things going on with the granddaddy of them all. And it's obvious this is going to be the big...
At that point, JJ. One man against two, and it's Robert Gibson. One half of the World Tag Team Championships is playing their engine.
And really, to compound the odds, there's no disqualification. All in Tully's favor, all in Iron's favor, and James J. Dillon.
Johnny, regardless of how great you are, and Robert Gibson is a tremendous athlete, but one against two, how long can one man last against two? He may have a bigger fall.
Robert Gibson against two of the Four Horsemen, and he quickly backs into his own corner. He has nobody to tag, no disqualification.
And there you're looking at Robert Gibson as he eyes now Tully Blanchard. Fans, the action in the ring will continue, and we'll be back with more of this action right after this timeout. Don't go away. JJ, this championship match has been going on for some time, but one man, he can only go so long against two.
Well, it was a great effort on the part of Robert Gibson. I think he feared that he had to go in there and try to take a quick fall, but of course they managed to get him cornered, wear him down, and meanwhile I was receiving reports at ringside that a doctor had been rushed to the other dressing room to attend to Ricky Morton. Somebody said something about a possible separated shoulder. Nothing could be verified, but really the last thing I expected to see at ringside was Ricky Morton. And as we go and look at the conclusion of the match, I think what happened was very interesting.
Again in the midsection, and now Robert Gibson. He really appears to be very groggy at this point, Johnny. Pushed and slammed hard to the knee.
He's certainly in trouble now, and especially over there in their corner, no man's land for Robert Gibson. And besides being in no man's land, no partner to tag. But he fights back. He fights back.
Gonna be double teamed. Held in a corner by Tully Blanchard.
Arn Anderson now methodically going to work and trying to Just take everything out of the body of Robert Gibson. Both Arn Tully and J.J. No, he can't make a tag. That crowd crying to come to his aid. That's the one thing of being Robert Gibson's favorite. This could be it.
There's the big disadvantage. All Arn had to do was reach up for the tag.
He pulled the right maneuver just in the wrong portion of the ring. Oh, he's there to make a tag, but there's nobody there.
Whole time 7:30. Fans, you saw how they did it, and here are the men that did
The
it.
symbol of success. Let me first offer my congratulations to new champions.
The world tag team champion.
You know, Bob Cutler, like, you know, I tell you what, when your adrenaline gets flowing, and you know, just watching Ricky Morton down there laying there with his arm like this, flopping around, Robert Gibson running across, no more, Horseman, quit, he gives up, just like we said. And we've said it, he said it, JJ said it, all the Horsemen have said it. When the Horsemen say it, it happens. Take it to the bank, cash it, bet on it, bet your house on it, bet the farm on it. Because we said it, it happened right here. Now, you want to think back a couple weeks ago, J.J. Arn, Nikita Koloff beat me for the World's Television title. Oh, nobody said nothing about that. Poor Ricky Morton. Tough beans, as it were. You don't cry over spilt milk. It's a tough profession. The World's Tag Team Champions are standing right here.
The bottom line is, Bob Cottle, when one of the Horsemen tell you a grasshopper can pull a freight train, hook it up.
And we'll be right back after we take this time.
Throughout the world of professional wrestling, about the demise of the Four Horsemen, the crumbling of our foundation from within. What happens? Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson go out and do exactly what they said they would do and garner the World Tag Team titles. Lex Luger stands here, like I said I would, defending against all comers on any terms. Still stands here as U.S. Heavyweight Champion. And a word about the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. A very close personal friend in a short period of time, the kind of man Riley's feel in his heart. And when I look in his eye, the resolve I have never seen before. I know, James knows, everyone out there that's watching me right now knows that Ric Flair has world champion written all over him, and always has. He is the greatest world champion there's ever been, and he will be world heavyweight champion once again. Ronnie Garvin, you fought the match of your life. But now the shoe's on the other foot. And you got the Nature Boy coming after you like he's never come after anybody before. And you know, James, you got a man running around here as a viable contender by the name of Dusty Rhodes. He calls it the Weaver Lock. But what it is, the bottom line, is a blatant, out-and-out chokehold. It is an illegal wrestling hold. And we've got litigation going on for weeks now, and we've had no progress, James. The problem is, it seems the name Dusty Rhodes carries a lot of weight in the inner offices of the NWA. But James, I know we're working on that now. We will succeed in our litigation. The ball's in our court now. I've got the time, I've got the money, we've got the litigation on our side. I wrestle you, Dusty Rhodes, when the terms meet my standards, and that's the bottom line. We won't wrestle till then.
I see standing over here at the back of the arena, one of the co-commentators on the Wrestling Network, Johnny Weaver. If Weaver's got a few seconds, let him get out here. You see, I've already said last week on national television that my lawyers sent a notice to Johnny Weaver to show up in the office because there were some official things that I wanted to say in front of an attorney. Weaver further embarrassed me by not showing up. And Weaver, you've been sticking your nose in time and time again. If you'd have been in the lawyer's office, you'd have known right where you stand. But since you felt that you didn't want to show up, further embarrassed me. Let me tell you something. You continue to stick your nose in this, I might just have to consider coming out of retirement or doing whatever is necessary to maybe teach you a little bit of a lesson.
Are you through?
For the moment.
All right. You and I have known of each other for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And I wrestled for a long time. But I've been trying for the last 3 or 4 weeks to get the message through and telling the people to you that I do not wrestle anymore.
I'm an announcer. I coordinate events for Jim Crockett Promotions, and I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I don't desire to wrestle, and I don't intend to get back in the ring and wrestle.
Make your point.
Don't you ever threaten Johnny Weaver.
Let's go to the ring. I like that.
Yeah, I think he made his point, David.
Mr. Dillon just sort of sat up and took notice, didn't he?
All right, the Warlord against Tommy Angel. Paul Jones very happy about this big man, and well, he should be, David. He's a giant of a man.
Paul Jones says that he has his army just about complete.
They just stomped Tommy Angel right out on the floor here.
Watch the Warlord. Driving slam into the mat. Can you imagine the addition of Mighty Wilbur to this army?
What an army it's going to be. The winner of the Warlord, Kevin Sullivan, coming up. Don't go away.
Well, Finn Sullivan now to ringside, fans.
Did you understand what he said? Oh, Cobra in the chicken house, huh? Kevin Sullivan, very violent in the ring. And a man who means business. Kevin Sullivan. You know, David, here's another man right here, Sean Royal. But not only that, Chris Champion at ringside for the first time in a long time. Chris is back.
2,713 hours, 68 minutes and 37 seconds ago, the new breed were destroyed. As you people know that. Finished terminated. In a car wreck, was destroyed, Sean and myself. 90% of Sean's body was burnt. My arm broken in two, dangling on a piece of meat. Laying like a hamburger on the highway. Took us through cyber sedation. Picked us up 2002 style. To where we are now cyborgs. And now Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express are going to find out 2002 style. Right there is a perfect example of what is going to happen.
The new breed, Sean Royal and Chris Champion. Sean?
Well, the day has finally come. The day that I long awaited for. And the day that you, Jim Cornette, and your Midnight Express have been having nightmares about since you jumped me from behind in the ring, showing your true mentality. Like you thought you could put the new breed out of wrestling. Chris Champion came back as I said he would. And now it is our total existence, our pure mission to seek, find, and destroy the Midnight Express. And not even your mother will help you this time, Cornette.
Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express, you have made me very, very angry. You've taken my man 3-on-1 like two Zandorian night beasts. And we're gonna fix you 2002 style. You brought me out of cyber sedation, out of my cyber sleep, not ready for the ring. But the doctors of 2002 have rigged me up with the obvious solution and the medicine of tomorrow. I am gonna finish the Midnight Express forever, let alone the future. That's it.
That is it.
Fans, here is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and regardless of what J.J. Dillon and Lex Luger say, the master of the Weaver like Dusty, a lot coming down, my man, a lot coming down.
Well, I think Johnny Weaver just laid it on the line to J.J. Dillon. Now, let me lay it on the line to you out there in this wrestling world, on the wrestling network. Before I talk about Chi-Town Heat, before I talk about Starrcade 87, the fact is this, very simply. Jim Crockett Promotions put together last year the one and only viable. Anything else is a carbon copy and not as bad unless you've been in the Wrestling Network's War Games. Ronnie Garvin feels pumped right now. Should feel pumped. I feel pumped for him. I love that man for what he did. He is the world's heavyweight champion, and only a few men, and only 2 men now in the last 5 years can say they have been world heavyweight champion, me and Ronnie Garvin, besides Ric Flair. Chi-Town Heat, Starrcade 87, Chicago, 100 million closed circuit outlets throughout this great country will feel the heat of the Wrestling Network. And Lex Luger, you belong to me. You belong to the Weaver Lock. And the Weaver Lock will take the U.S. Heavyweight Wrestling title. And I'm going to rip your head wide open till crimson flows through your boots. And your face won't be pretty no more. And let me tell you something, too. Kevin Sullivan now becomes, I hear, an ally of Dusty Rhodes. But Kevin, don't ever get out of the car in the middle of the night and walk over to a dead dog and kick him to see if he's alive, because he'll jump up and bite your kneecap off, baby.
American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, back to the ring now, fans. David, we have a ring full of champions for this event.
Look at him. The world heavyweight champion, Ron Garvin. United States heavyweight champion.
Garvin looks good with that belt around his waist, doesn't he?
He does.
He's the world heavyweight champion along
Look
with
at Nikita.
the world TV champion. That's right.
United States heavyweight champion, Lex Luger. One half of the world tag team champions, Arn Anderson.
And we're going to be bringing you this match right here. James J. Dillon right there ringside with him. Well, as you know, things are really starting to pick up momentum, like we said earlier, for Starrcade 87, Chi-Town Heat. We got to go to a break very, very quickly, but we'll be back with more of this match, David.
All right, we're back with the match of champions. And what champions they are. Nikita Koloff. Now hands us down to Ron Garvin. The world heavyweight champion comes in.
The world champion, the man. By the Horsemen, David, even though you may not like what they did, dropping right down to the floor. And now they got the champion in trouble.
Switchback. He rears back, cocks the gun. Arn Anderson realizes it. Got out just in time.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in this sport that would have wanted met that hand of Ron Garvin. Big big gun wrapped around his head right now.
Has him up. Slowly. Up. Back and forth.
Ronnie matching the big man strength for strength right here. At least for a moment he was. Trying once again.
I think he pulled the hair.
I think Nikita thought also, because he came in and see right there, he has the attention Teddy Long while the double team happens. Well, like I said, of any man in this sport, they want to beat Ronnie Garvin down right now because he is the world champion. And a man who now has the championship belt around his waist. Promotional consideration paid for by the following: Cody Wild Musk and Musk for Men, the perfect fragrance gifts. Natural and untamed because you've been civilized long enough. Hall's Mentholyptus Cough Tablets. Vapor action penetrates to help your stuffy nose feel clear. Hall soothes your throat, helps your cough. Nikita trying to get away. He's just about there.